And we're back with some more Space Haven. And today, I think we're going to finish out the game. I have high hopes. I think I've kind of wrapped my brain around what's going on here. And namely, what I'm doing is, I'm doing it the wrong way. I haven't been playing this right for a while. I kind of had all the pieces, I just hadn't stuck them all together. For example, over here, we have these two ships. These used to belong to the cult of whatever, some pirate guys or slavers or something. We killed them and took all their stuff. This was actually a waste of time. Shouldn't have bothered. You see, I've mentioned it before, but I've never really wrapped my brain around it fully. The only thing you need is energy, so that you can actually power everything. Raw chemicals, which you can turn into fertilizer to feed yourself. And then ice, which turns into water, which is used to also grow plants and to provide oxygen. So with those three, you're pretty much sustainable. And you need them in large quantities. Now, you're going to need a little bit of base metals, noble metals, and carbon to fill in gaps. Like if you want to make, say, these energy cells over here, you're going to need a few little bits and bobs of those. But you don't need a lot of them. It's not really a big deal. And if you need some of the other big or the other build components like infra blocks or tech blocks, you can buy them, or you can even make your own. Though I probably wouldn't advise you to make tech blocks. They're expensive in raw chemicals. But basically, our biggest drain right now is water, which is ice, and power. That's it. So why are we stopping for every little bit of fight when we don't gain enough power and water out of each fight to make it worthwhile? We're better off just trading. For example, plastic over here cost 0.2 chemicals, which is 0.1 raw chemicals, and 1 carbon to make. And then we chuck that into one of these thingies over here, and we can use it to fabricate 10 spacesuit oxygen extenders, which we can sell for about 300 apiece. Or we can do about 3 bulletproof vests, which we can sell for about 500 apiece. Or we can do armored vests, which we can sell for about 700 apiece. Or we could do like a single plasma rifle, but that's like expensive, and we could sell that for about $1,000. You're better off selling the oxygen extender, these three down here. They're just cheaper on the plastic end of things. That makes it so much money. You can just buy gobsmacking large amounts of ice, chemicals, and power. And then anyone that doesn't have those things, you just trade with them and take all their money, and then save that money until you get to a trader who has them, and then buy up all the stuff you want. So what we need to stop doing is stopping for pathetic fights that don't really serve us any bonus, and instead, just get moving. Just start heading towards where we need to go, which I presume is the right-hand side of the galaxy. That seems to be where we should be headed. Hey, someone want to get in that hyperdrive? Alright, let's go. Now, I have practiced over here. I've cleared out this area. There was actually a lovely Android collective base there. We stole all their stuff. Or, well, look, we traded for it. We're not that bad. Okay, we're going to head over to this section. This is the farthest away area. The other option was to go down here to the Slavers Guild system, but that's sort of heading leftwards. Rightward seems to be where the good stuff is. Let's start heading that way until we get to the end of the world. Or universe, whatever. I don't care. Evasion successfully. I don't even want to bother getting into fights with people unless it's worth it. All right, they do have ice, so we will drop. Ice is the only thing we're ever going to stop for. We'll just strip mine this place real quick. This should be over in no time at all. We have 4 miners, so they can effectively strip mine this place super fast. Well, that was just a flying visit. Thank for you for all of your gear. Now let's get out of here. Ooh, more ice. Damn it. Okay, I shouldn't do this, but they've got more ice. Never mind, we failed anyway. All right, what have you got? We're not even bothering stopping for wrecks. We don't care. We probably want to head that direction. Yeah, that takes us further right. What are you? Slavers Guild System, Cult of New Haven. Yeah, we don't care. We just want to get as far right as we possibly can. And preferably avoid nebulas. Oh, wait. Use the scan feature. Okay, so looking around, all we can see is there's Merchant Federation, Civilians, and Military Alliance. And there's an outpost. Nope, we're not even stopping. We have more than we could ever possibly want. We're going to head this way. We can't do a scan. There's actually a scannable sector. We don't care. Keep going. Yep, we're just passing right through. Thank you. We can see over here we have 6 hyper jumps left. And we're going to head over this direction. Why not? We're just power moving through all of this. At some point we'll have to stop. Nope, don't care. We're not stopping for any of this. We will have to stop in 5 jumps, though. I think we're either going to go that way or that way. If we go that way, we're going to have to go right, then down. And see the little arrow there. Ooh, actually, no, they have an arrow across. And this one, we have to go down, then right. Yeah, it doesn't matter. We have to go one way or the other. Yeah, let's just keep heading. No. Someone's trying to interrupt us. We'll try and evade. Evasion successful. What's here? We've got two android... No, what am I doing? I don't need to get into a fight. Done. We've only got one jump left. Will it take us all the way there? Let's go. I just saw a ship there on the other end. That could be problematic. You know what? Doesn't make a difference. Well, we can't evade. We have no jumps left. Well, why, hello there. Now, the thing is, we could just start charging up the jump engines and leave. Kind of want to see what the difficulty like is out here. Not that bad. Let's just, I suppose, kill them all. Fighters and shields are set to high priority. You guys can't target us because we have a targeting jammer. Now, let's just go smash you into tiny little bits, shall we? We've got 1 point defense to... We've got 3 point defense. That's all the point defense they have? Oh. Whoa, 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 whoa. What the hell is he doing? That guy's got 3 crew on board. Guys, get over here. Quickly, quickly. I don't want him landing. Just blow up his ship in flight. What are you doing? You're the only one. Move. He's going to get himself shot to death. You were going to do the same. Pretty sure the people are still going to get out of the ship and then try and crawl onto ours. Yeah, pretty sure they are. All right, this guy, you need to go home. Everyone else. Oh. God damn it, Yuan, leave. Why'd you do that? He is actually heading back to our ships, though. I thought I was going to have to send out a rescue vessel. And where are they going? Are they... I think those guys are heading back to their ship. I mean, if they're going to do it, I'm fine by that. 1 point defense down. The second one should drop quite shortly. Okay, we've taken out all their point defense. Now we're just going to... Ooh. You know what? Let's just take out their dropships as well while we're here. If we can take out their dropships, then they can never leave. There is a few things I have learned from gutting the ships belonging to, well, whoever caused us problems. One is if you zoom out a bit, you can see these big purple dots. See that big purple dot there? That's actually a shuttle. You notice these guys don't have purple dots is because we've killed their shuttles. Usually they'll have 1 or 2 shuttles on them, and then when they try and transport off, our fighters go and run them down. And yeah, let's see. Are those gonna... No, they're going back to their ship. Well, that's fine. I think we can let our fighters go back as well. There is only 1 ship left. Problem is you can't actually target the shuttles directly. Even if you target a location on a ship, like it doesn't actually target the shuttle is completely fine and sealed in and safe and can't be hit. They have to actually undock. Then once they undock, you have to target near them. You can't directly target the shuttles. You just have to select all your fighters and give them a... Well, I give them a wide-angle attack and then tell them to target near the location. So I would say over there if the shuttle's around that location. And that's pretty much it. Anyway, enough of that. We have crippled their ships. And we will just send everyone back. And we can turn off our shielding because we don't have to worry about them shooting at us. And done. All of their stuff is crippled. And maybe they'll send over a ship to try and board us. Probably, maybe. But I don't really care at this point. Oh, and I've been paying attention up here now. They are preparing a boarding party. That means, yep, this ship is coming out with a boarding party. You know what? We're going to kill them all. I'm going to kill them all and loot their ships just to show you how terrible they are. Oh, our teams are actually launching. Okay, didn't see that coming. I think they'll make it, though. We don't have enough ships in transit. I should probably get a team together just in case, though. Oh, our dock ship caused them to be unable to dock, and now... Pop! Will they fly back home, or will they try and board our ship? Sometimes they should usually just try and pop in the... No, never mind. Looks like they have chosen to go suffocate on their own ship. Fine by me. Now, normally, I would be above clearing these guys out. There's no point doing it anymore, considering the stage of the game we're at. But what I want to do is try and give you a sort of an idea why I'm not doing this. I don't want to say just don't do it. I want to actually demonstrate how little it's actually worth. Yeah, let's start opening this ship up. Okay, they're gonna have people around here somewhere. Ooh. And we're getting attacked from the rear as well. Everyone just get in a line. We'll take some shots, but I don't care. I think we got them. Are they all dead? I think so. Who the hell is that guy? Why is Brandon walking up? No. Free prisoner. Okay, is he free now? Right. Let's go. Let's start scouting out. Right, ship has been cleared. Now, the main things we're looking for here are the three things mentioned earlier. Basically, energy, water, and ice, and raw chemicals. And this is what we got out of it. It's barely worth the stop. Even with the extra stuff we're going to get from recycling some of their the bodies, it's not really that valuable. The most valuable thing here is probably the weapons we're getting, which we can trade for more ice and weapons. But the thing is, we don't need the trade items. We've already got plenty of stuff we can trade. I mean, we'll take it all. But realistically, we don't really care too much. Plus, the two people that actually surrendered in the end, neither of them have a shooting skill of 5 or higher, which means, well, we don't want them. And that pretty much applies for every ship you encounter. We're not really going to make much of a profit out of these. In fact, we might have spent more water and energy staying here harvesting the ships than we would have if we had just moved on. And there we go. Oh, guys, why did you leave Quantum Zari behind? All right. We got Zari out of here. They're fine. They're much safer. And what the? Is there 2 more ships coming? Ugh. Not even worth killing them. Like, that's the problem. I think we're just going to leave. You know what? Cancel a lot of it, boys. Like, even all this stuff is just not worth the time and effort of dealing with all this junk. So, everyone come back home. Get on the ships. Get back. Okay, we're going to start charging our engines and get out of here. It's time we started jumping. All right, those ships are going to be here any hour, but everyone's loaded up. We're good to go. Let's jump. All right, which direction are we heading? I'm thinking up this direction. That one seems to be going to the far right direction over there. Let's go. Yeah, I'm not even bothered doing a scan. There's wrecks and stuff lying about the place. We don't care. Let's just keep moving. And, damn it, this is a bubble universe. It's basically part of this one, so there'll be no... As far as I can tell, there's no spiders that'll come off that. As in, say this place over here, there's no exploration points that go off it. From what I can tell, there's the core system, and while it can have lines off of it, there's no hyperlanes. So the big, long hyperlanes only seem to come off the core system. So that means even going there and exploring, it's not worthwhile. Which one of these goes to the best direction? That one seems to be going slightly that way. This one seems to be going slightly right. So we're going to take the slightly right. As right as we can go. So turn around and go back. We still got 2 jumps left in us. Ah, great. There are more slavers left. Don't care. Ooh, they've got ice and raw chemicals. I mean, the ice is what we really want. Incoming rogue bots. Don't care. Oh, I should point out, there's this option over here where you can select either just that ship or both all the entire fleet. So, for example, on this here, you can see we have 60 water on one ship. On the other ship, we have 37. If we press this button, it combines up the numbers from both of them. So this tells us exactly how much energy we have, how much water, how much ice, basically how well things are going. And, oh, they've got some cooties over there, and we've got some rogue bots somewhere. They'll probably be arriving shortly. You know what, let's just let the rogue bots and the cooties get killed, and then we'll move on. Yeah, here they come. And there go the fighters. Now, you're going to try and land, but you shouldn't have time to Germinate yet. No. How about you over there? Yeah, that's not going to work out for you. And we've got their corpses. Excellent. That means we can research something, I believe. And there comes the bots. They get swatted, and then we're just going to move on. Is any of them... Is that a pony? No. That's a pony. You want to drop it off there? I don't care. As long as we don't have to fight it, I'm fine. Now, can you make it away? No, you're scrap. So effectively, we gained 2 ice from this system. And okay, we got some raw chemicals as well to go with it. But that 2 ice is not exactly... Let's just say it's not going to keep us going for a very long time. you want to keep moving. That's sort of the thing. And because you can find traders who'll give you really good deals on ice, we just want to keep moving until we find them. And why is that engine not charging? Come on, let's get out of here. Yeah, I don't care about that. Okay, judging here, we have one going right, second one going right. They're going over here. Oh, when you land, it immediately shows you where the exits are going to be. I mean, we shouldn't be able to see those exits, but it automatically shows you. So what's the bet? This leads to a sub-galaxy. I should have figured this out ages ago. All right. Well, okay, we're still going to stop for some water, though. No, we're not. There's like a pirate coalition ship. I am not bothering fighting them for no reason. Now, I am like 99% sure this does not lead to a far... Yeah, it's one of those little bubble galaxy things. All right, so... Ooh. Yeah, we want to go down here. Like, that's the mad thing. We're not even stopping anywhere. We're just flying through, and we don't really care. I think it's like an hour per jump. So every node you jump is about an hour in in-game time. Meaning you can do 24 jumps in an in-game day. Ooh, Slaver's Guild. They've got ice. Nope. We're going to evade if we can. Just going to keep going. We just suffered a hyperdrive breakdown. Fine. We'll stop and repair up. Shouldn't take more than a few minutes. I mean, be rude not to take all the stuff that's just lying around the place. So in about 8 hours, we strip mine both of those areas. 8 in-game hours, basically, or 8 day hours, whatever you want to call it. Meaning we basically just turned this place into, well, empty. Now we're just going to charge up our engines and jump out. And that asteroid's going to ram right into our shields. Fine, shields can take it. Done, let's keep going. We'll have to stop at some point and pick a fight, just to see how good they are. Chance to evade, 97%. Yeah, let's just go. We used to stop for every fight. Now it's like, no, thank you. We're good. Okay, that's Galaxy Exit. Exodus Fleet Resources. Mega Asteroid Field. All right, we want to pick a fight. I don't know if that's the exit for us or if it's the exit for the Exodus Fleet. First off, let's do a scan. Ooh, that's a lot of ships. I mean, if that's the exit, go pick a fight first. Like, it would be rude not to just at least pick a fight. Where are you? You better not be in a... Oh my god, they're in a nebula. I am not going into a nebula. No. I will stay here, and you guys can come to us. While we're hanging around, we might as well see what it's like in terms of raiding here at the very end. You guys can... Might actually be... Damn it. Nope. Seems to be nowhere to put them that's not inside the ship. Okay, fine. Slowly move in. And it's bugs. Okay. So we can do is target there. Takes out a wall or something. What we want to try and do is basically shoot out doors instead of aiming to walk up to them. Saves us a bunch of effort. But there's no real way to actually target doors directly. And just absolutely blasted. This seems easier than it should be. Like, if this is the end of the universe, hopefully that's not the Exodus Fleet thing. If this is the end of the universe, the difficulty doesn't seem to have spiked rather significantly from mid-game. What do you got for us? Oh, I just saw that door close. Yep. Bugs. This is the first time a bug's got off a hit in a while. Alright, let's go clear out the rest of this, and hopefully there's something bigger and nastier in here. And done. Whole area cleared. And not that many bugs. I mean, I think there was like one charger in here. I was really expecting this to be a lot harder, considering we appear to be at the end of the galaxy. Or maybe we can go further right. I'll try and find something else, but as far as I can tell, the difficulty kind of plateaued about halfway through. Maybe our ships are just too big. Oh, and resource-wise, look at this. Like, there's not even any ice here. We've got like a bit of Hyperium. There's no energy. Like, this is basically not worth staying here to scrap, but you kind of end up do. So you end up still staying and scrapping it, but it's not really worth it. You're kind of better off moving and hunting for ice. The more ice you have, the better. Because, well, the ice is going to be the one thing that runs out the fastest here first. We're burning through energy reasonably quickly, but ice will go down a lot faster, and the raw chemicals, yeah, they're going to last a hell of a lot longer than that. So pretty much our biggest bottleneck right now is ice. I got tired of waiting for their ships to attack, so instead I just popped over to this galaxy to do a little bit of exploration. Well, it's a little pocket galaxy or pocket universe, whatever. And I found a civilian station. And this is sort of a demonstration of why it's not worthwhile even draining wrecks. Once you've got your ship built and you don't really need much else, like here's an energy rod. That is 10 energy rods. That'll keep us going for quite a substantial period of time. And it costs 1,200. And then we can sell to them just ridiculous quantities of money. Like, let's just say we give them 5 spacesuit oxygen extenders. That's 1,600. Then on top of that, we'll give them, say, 5 armored vests. That's 5 grand. We can sell them those for 5 grand, as these things are like super cheap. In fact, let's just pop these back for a second. One of the other main sellers we've got is bulletproof vests, which will give us an extra 2,100. So we can sell them over 7 grand of those just to take resources out of them, which means we can effectively clear out everything they've got. We'll take all of their energy rods. We can take all their energium. We'll even take their water, though. It's not really efficient, but we'll buy it anyway because we can afford it. And if they had ice, we'd buy that well. Raw chemicals, all that stuff is so cheap in comparison to what we can sell bulletproof vests, spacesuit oxygen extenders, and armored vests for. There's also SMGs that we can sell, and laser pistols we find lying around the place, and rifles we get off like killing ships. Like, so all of the people we kill drop weapons, and then those weapons can sell for quite a pretty penny. For example, these 5 rifles here, that's 1,300 for those 5 rifles, and we just found those lying around on the ground. It's not even worth it though, considering we can just build up. You know what? I went off to try and find some ships to trade with, and it turns out if you just hang out in the sector for a while around here, a lot of ships have shown up. It's like there's 3 more inbound as well. You want resources? They got them. For example, there's a whole bunch of ice. That should tide us over for quite a reasonable amount of time. And we will do the traditional, oh, you know what? You can have 5 and 5, which also drains most of their credits. And you know what? We'll do another round of trading with them. Ice is just amazing to get your hands on. I was about to head back to, well, the location where the galaxy exit is, but we've been attacked by slavers. And you know what? I just want to drop out and kill them. We haven't got a chance to do a proper fight in a while, and I'd like to get a real fight against some ships they've got at this end. Let's see what you've got. You have cannons, couple of point defense. You have 1 point defense, 1 cannon, and you have 2 point defense, couple of cannons. None of you have got jammers? But that's going to be a problem for you. Hopefully they got some fighters. All right. Simple plan. We're just going to max out fighters. We're going to put shields on the midway point. Just make sure people don't like die at the shield consoles. And done. Then we'll grab those sets there. We'll put them on a slightly smaller radius so they don't immediately go and engage the enemies. And then we're going to start. And I'm not seeing them shooting, so our jammers are working just fine. You need 1 jammer per ship, not per fleet. All right, everyone's loaded up. Then, let's see how long your weapons will last. Or your shields, I should say. Probably should have went over there first, to be honest. You, because there's 3 point defense cannons in this area. Ow, 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 ow. Yeah, and these guys are coming back through here where they're getting peppered by that as well. It doesn't matter. His shields are gone. Once the shields are gone, turret goes down. Then we just target that one. And that should immediately collapse as well. Yeah, done. That just leaves 3 point defense turrets. We'll take out this one first, then we'll pop over there. I really don't... Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa. No, that's not good. Fine then. We're going to try and stop those dropships. Now, you guys, all come over this direction. Come on, stop shooting over there. Start flying towards the ships. Come on, come on. We need you to fly a little bit faster if you would be so good. What about if we increase the radius and put you guys to about there? Well, I think we're going to have to get a crew together anyway. Problem is, we'll only have about 8 people on board a ship at any one time, and 4 of them will be asleep. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. We'll draft them all up. We'll get them into position. Yeah, that's the one the 4 enemies are on. And their ship is dead. Now, do they still go in the door? No, they're retreating. I think back in the day, they'd actually stay there and fight. In that case, all of you, come over here. How's this point defense looking down there? You know what? That place seems to be loading up. Let's just Wait for a second. 1 second, boys. Just hold on. Yeah, I think one of the ships is about to make a move. And if it does, we want to kill it before it gets to us. Oh, and they're getting attacked by bots. Isn't that the sweetest thing you've ever seen? You know what? Let's just go in. Worst case scenario, we will end up with fighting on our ships. And we're back to finish off your point defense. Incoming solar flare. You know what? I want to see what the solar flare does to them. We could just stock up our fighters and leave. Like, that's the thing. Since you have a jammer, you don't really have to worry about the enemy shooting at you. Since they can't shoot at you, like, you can just take your time and do whatever you want. You can't shoot either, though. You can't use your the cannons on your ship to shoot. So it means you're stuck using entirely fighters, but I'm okay with this. This swarm has been very useful. And that's one turret down. That leaves one left. And I think they are now broken, are they? Wait, no. Done. And there's an angry bot there, guys. Does anyone want to shoot the angry bot? Yeah, angry bot's dead. So these guys should now start just chipping away at this ship. In fact, let's just stick them right there. We'll take them off maximum effort. That way our people, if they're tired, they'll go and get some rest. Otherwise, they'll pop out here and just start taking pot shots at the ships. And eventually they'll break through the shields and kill whatever stuff they have. I really should wipe out the engines, but honestly, we don't care. I think we've proven that, yeah, I think we got this. These ships are just good enough that they can kill most of their stuff. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Who's shooting? How are they able to shoot? I need someone to get on shields immediately. On way to console. Okay, Strix is on his way to the console. That was a mess up on our part. Probably should have targeted down their cannons immediately. But hey, I was being super lazy, okay? Oh. I think they've lost most of their shuttles. They've got at least one left somewhere, but soon I think... Actually, they got two left. But soon we'll get rid of a lot of them. And they've only got one cannon left with which to do damage, which is also going to be dead quite shortly. It's just nice to be able to pick them apart this way. Broken. Every single last one of them. There's nothing left. Everyone can just go back. And in fact, we can also turn off the shields being a high priority. And they're effective... Oh, I forgot to kill their engines, didn't I? Well, a solar flare went off. Our shielding seemed to hold. Everyone seems to be fine. I don't know if the same happened to these guys. There was a bunch of sparkly stuff around them. I wonder what happened. Hopefully it did terrible damage to them. Oh, goody. 3 more ships are arriving next turn. You know what? Let's turn this place into a graveyard. I say we wipe out everything in here and just... Yeah, this entire sector. Everything needs to go. So if we can wipe out 9 ships, there's 3... We've already killed 3. There's 3 more inbound and then 3 more after that. We should be able to kill them pretty handily. Ready teams are scrambled. And... Oh, some of the bots have decided to get involved. This is like bad timing on your part. We have all of our fleets out. So... Where are these ships? They're arriving in less than an hour. They're very hostile. And they're over there. Let's just kill them all. Now, who's got point defense? So you've got 2 point defense, which is not enough, and none of you have any point defense. Guys, it's like you haven't been reading the room. You should have known that this was going to go badly. I mean, you do have a decent amount of shielding, so that means the point defense turrets will have a little bit longer to shoot. And down. Is it? Nope. There we go. I think this time I'm going to focus on one ship at a time, because once their shields go down, it's better to just finish them. You're good. That means shields need to go next. You actually have 4 shield generators? Well, that really did you a lot of good, didn't it? Well, that's 3 more wrecks to add to the pile. We should have 3 more ships inbound in it. Oh, actually, I think they're almost here, are they? Oh, why did I let the ships go? My fighters land. You know what? Everyone scramble again, please. Sorry about that. My bad. Well then. Hello there. You have 1 point defense. 2, 3 point defense. 4 point defense. You guys actually have more point defense than all the rest of them. Good call on your part. However, we're going to scramble out. We're going to make sure shields are manned. We're not going to put shields on red alert. It seems kind of excessive to do that, considering that generally nothing lives long enough to cause us that much of a problem. Just gonna have everyone bunch up again. We don't want to be taking on point defense turrets without a good swarm of fighters. Okay, first up is you. Actually, yeah, your point defense is probably the weakest of a lot of them. There's only one on here, one on there, so we'll take out you two first. Then we'll go for that guy who's got a little bit closer together point defense. And someone's not manning the shields on that ship. 1 second, we'll make that a mandatory, and we'll make that a mandatory just for now. Till we finish dealing with this slop. Okay, and they're sending over transport ships to try and help out the people in the other ships, which is, I suppose, a good thing, but it feels like they're sending in these ships to send those transports over to try and rescue the ships that have already been injured. So these guys came in and tried to rescue these guys, but then all of them got disabled. So now these guys have come in to try and rescue the guys who came in to rescue the guys. Does that mean there's going to be more guys coming in to try and get rescued? The guys who went in to rescue the guys who went in to rescue the guys? Or are they all just going to die? I mean, I think they're all going to die, but that's their call. Never mind. You know what? Let's just take out their turrets and their engines and be done with it. Okay, done. All their dropships are dead. All their turrets are dead. All their shields are dead. All their engines are dead. Everything that's on their ships is gone. Now, I think what we're going to do is put the fighters on low priority and then let them chew their hulls to bits. That way, all the oxygen will start escaping from the vessels. At some point, those vessels will then just become, well, decrepit or deceased, or hopefully there'll be a bunch of holes in the hull. I'm not sure which. You guys just do what you want, load up whenever you want, and oh, we're gonna turn those off. All right, so they should attack this ship until its hull completely is gone. Once its hull is entirely gone, they should then move on to the next and the next and the next. And I'm hoping that once enough of them break through the hull, or once they've destroyed the hull, it'll make microfractures in it, cause the whole thing to lose atmosphere, and then eventually they'll all just die. Without us ever having to board their ships. Yeah, ship destroyed. Look, a bunch of holes appeared in it. So that's about as good as Swiss cheese. That mean, actually, if we call them, will they surrender? No, we can give them a ceasefire. We can offer to surrender, but we'd have to pay them. Nah, I'm good. We'll just completely grind you all down into paste. Thank you. Yeah, the fighters were taking a while to grind through these. They've actually destroyed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ships already. But I thought I'd give a bit of a try to guns. Why not? I got a bit of a shock, though, when I went in to look at them and check their points. We've never used any guns yet. However, let's just say energy turret. I thought that would be really good at destroying. I thought that was the upgraded one. This is basically grid at damaging shields. Does 21 shield damage, 9 hull damage. The auto turret does 10 hull damage, 10 shield damage. So this is actually better at smashing the hull. Just only slightly better. But it is cheaper. And it takes less points to make it. So we can get 2 auto turrets for 1 energy turret. So, yeah, why not? I mean, you can see this here. This is the amount of system points. So 2 auto turrets firing can get us, well, 20 hull and 20 shield. The energy would get us 21 shield, 9 hull. I'm not sure. I'm probably missing something here. This does more facility damage, hypercharge damage. So this thing doesn't stop things from trying to escape, and as far as likely to breach the hull and do stuff like that. But it will still kill a ship pretty fast. It does require to be in range of a power node of some sort, and we now have a weapons console. We're going to need to get someone on that. Auto turrets. We would like you to target, say, this ship. Can it be targeted jammer active? Oh, yes. We have to turn off our jammer to make this work. So, jammer, where are you? Stop charging the jammer. Alright, jammer is now off. That means we can now take the turrets and fire. Can I target jammer still active? Okay, we'll have to wait till the jammer powers down. Okay, let's see how this works out. 6 of these turrets, how quickly can they chew through the hull? Yeah, it's actually pretty good. I think the fighters did more, but it requires a lot more people to man the fighters. Faction wants to surrender and is asking to mutually hold fire until negotiations are established. That's the first time they've asked for that. Okay, we'll accept your proposal for now. Communications request. Let's see. What's your offer? Yeah, we'll accept your settlement. Why not? Let's see if this actually works, though. I don't think they can send this stuff over to us. Namely because, well, they don't have any dropships. Wow, all these ships have died out. They ran out of O2. What the hell? The pirates are now offering us missions. They want us to retrieve some of their dead crew member. Yeah, some of them managed to get on top of that, or get into a dropship and drop off there. Unfortunately, unfortunately for them, we killed the dropship before they could extract them again or rescue them or send rescue parties. So, yeah, those people got trapped over there. I don't know if they actually did anything. You know what? Let's just start shooting them some more and see what happens. Because this guy's not loading up. This guy is supposed to load up the loot for us that we're supposed to get, but they're not giving it to us. Eat turret fire. That will slowly drain you down. Don't bother requesting another parlay. I was just curious about that. You're all bad pirates and slave traders and stuff. No, we're good. Thanks for the offer, but so it turns out they won't surrender to fighters. They'll only surrender to cannons. Good to know. So we are now trying to rapidly explore all these ships so that we can claim them as quickly as possible. Oh, you maybe go in there. Damn, they've got a lot of separate bedrooms. That's a nice big ship they've got going on. Not nearly as efficient as it should be. All right, but once we've explored those two ships, we'll then claim the other three, and those three should be dying out quite shortly as well. And we have civilian ships inbound, so we want to loot these before the civilians get here. We have explored all of these ships, and now I want to demonstrate why it's not worth killing them all. As you'll notice, there's no ice. Oh, they do actually have an android corpse, though. That we actually need for research. But there's no ice and there's no water. That was probably all destroyed when we blew them. Okay, this one has 4 water. Great. And 6 ice. All we've got on that ship. So we got a 5 water, a 4 water, and 6 ice. Then over here we've got 2 water and no ice. Over here we got 2 water, no ice. And over here we got 5 water and no ice. So the time and effort it takes to kill all of those, you're probably going to burn through more water in terms of just ice for your oxygen and your food requirements than is worth staying here for. I mean, okay, not entirely. It depends how big your crew is. We have 32 crew. So for us, we have very high requirements on, food and water. So for us, this is just not worthwhile. Once you grow beyond a certain size, fighting these ships and looting them doesn't become as valuable as you'd think. What you really want to do is just meet up with other ships and trade with them to buy the stuff you want, preferably ice. A few places will be stocked out with 20, 30 ice, and they're the ones you're looking out for, usually trade stations. Since we are just about done, though, I think I'm going to scrap all the ships. We're going to cut them all up into bits and take them with us. Why not? It just feels like this is... I mean, I'm assuming this is the end, and if it is the end, we might as well make sure we're as full as we possibly can be before we pass through. I do believe that is a sufficient graveyard. We have stripped behind a lot of them. We've left in the soft scrap, as in... Yeah, that soft scrap, we don't want it. We have more than enough soft blocks at this point. We have to make some modifications to the ship. Namely, we put in extra storage on this one by ripping out one of the ore processors. And the ship is now non-symmetrical because we had to stick in an extra engine. We were starting to get overweight, so an extra engine, it seemed like a good plan. So we did the same with the other one. This one didn't need it, but I figured now they're symmetrically unsymmetrical, which, you know, it's fine. All right, let's go for a jump. We've got everything we need out of this place. In fact, we had so many bodies, we had to build a second corpse storage. So there's like this over here and this over here store bodies before they get sent through to recycling. And it's just, we ran it. At one point, I actually had a third one. There was so many spread across all of those ships. Kind of mad. Okay. That is absolutely perfect. That is exactly what you want. Do we need a scan? You know what? We don't need... Yeah, let's reveal the hidden nearby locations. Hey, there's some ice. And that's about it. Okay, this seems to be the galaxy exit. Or is it, like, if this is just for the Exodus fleet, I'm probably going to be a little bit like, damn it. It's grand. Oh, wait. You have reached the galaxy exit. End game? Stay in your fleet, travel to a new galaxy. I mean, what's this? So do we just repeat the same stuff again? Oh, Exodus fleet. We're back at the beginning. 1 second. I'm just thinking, what if we just... cool, the search for Eden. Skip dialogue, please. Ask me later. Yeah, I'm not interested. The way I figured is, we already decided that moving fast was probably the best way to do things. So if we just keep moving, could we just finish the game again really quickly? Let me just turn off missions. Like, we just need to start heading right. Right, and it was down. So, yeah, let's just do that. Wait, there is a supply station. 1 second. Oh my god. Okay, I think difficulty or something has changed because I don't remember seeing this many ships this early on. That's kind of mental. Let's see if any of them have ice. We're actually down to 111 ice because of all the time it took to strip mine out all those ships, which is another reason why I said it's not worth strip mining all those ships. Not one of them has water. Not one. Well, not one of them has ice. They all have little bits of water on them. Yeah, decline quest. Yeah, I'm good. Thanks. There we go. 17 ice. Thank you very much. So they've got ice, they've got carbon, they've got raw chemicals, and they've loads of energy and energy rods. Like this place is basically a one-stop shop top-up that would make your fleet just far more. Let's say extends its range. Let's say. Well, we have obtained water. Time to keep moving. I think the water will keep us going for a fair while. And more bases. No, 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 no. We're just gonna see if we can't quickly get to where we want to go. Okay, we failed an invasion, and oh my god, that looks like a cool ship. And let's pop back just a little bit, shall we? What have you guys got? You know what? We don't even care what you've got, do we? We're just gonna jump. Uh, thanks for popping by to visit, but we're not interested in whatever it is you're selling. And we just want to keep going right. Easy peasy. We get caught out by some sort of pirate base. We don't care. We charge up the jump drives. And we just keep on trucking. Like, can we just do this and sail the whole way through the game? Like, could we just sort of repeat the game again, but faster? Oh, okay, there's a Merchant Federation fleet. I'm just going to have a quick check to see if they've got ice, then we'll move on our way. Yoink. 10 ice. Perfect. Thank you very much. Okay, okay. Where were we? Ah, yes. Continuing on. Let's just see how long it takes us to get to the end of the world. Thank you, but we're just going to continue straight on through. I'm thinking, yeah, right there seems like the fastest way. Oh, there is an outpost, so quick stop for ice. Then, well, there was a little bit of ice lying around the place, but nothing to trade for. And straight over here. How far have we come so far, actually? I think we've done a decent distance. Don't care. Yeah, I think we've gone pretty good. What's that? Alien system. No, thank you. That one seems slightly further right. That one seems more middle. Magic. Okay, magic one-eyed belt. We're going there. Let's just start jumping. We got intercepted again. We've got incoming rogue bots. Charge the engines, boys. Time to go. No point hanging around. I think that's what I love about the jammers is you don't have to really care. You just turn on the jam and you're done. I assume some of them would seem to have fighters, like, oh, here comes a team now, and bye-bye. You guys can fight it out on your own. We're continuing on to the magic Wanoid belt. Wesley Rich? What? You should have had a bed. Everyone should have had a bed. Okay, then we're heading to this sector. And all the way over to the right. We just keep heading that direction. We only have 3 jumps left, so let's pick somewhere nice to drop. And we're heading up that direction? Yeah, there doesn't seem to be any other ways to go, so let's hope where we drop at is not a nebula. Done. Let's go. This is our last jump. This means we just have to drop out again, but at the same time... There's some ice here. Let's just grab that real quick. I think this is just getting a little silly. But it's fine, it's fine. We're gonna make it to the end, I think. This is a double finish? Then does the difficulty just keep ramping up every time you go through? I'm beginning to think that we should have done this a while ago. Like, actually powered through to the end. You, over here. Yep, we have installed a few extra hypersleep chambers as well. That is like a hell of a distance. We've come that far, and this should probably be the last system. It's gotta be, right? Far enough away. Oh, Merchant Federation. You guys got ice by any chance? Just asking for a friend. I'm beginning to think ice is one of the rarer things you're going to find. You can definitely find water. Just ice just seems to be that little bit trickier. We gotta be close to the end, right? Oh, yeah, that's a long, long jump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 random possible events before we get here. This has got to be the end system, right? Come on. There we go. Galaxy exit. Now, before we drop, We still have 273 energium, and we got 51 water, 146 ice, 161 in raw chemicals, 184 in carbon. Like all of that just means we're stable. There's no fear. And food wise, we're swimming in food. We don't care. 233 potatoes, 176 fruit, 130 meat, and 124 nuts. Yeah, I think we're good. Stay in your fleet, travel to a new galaxy. Right, so first time round was a bit slow. Second time round, much faster. Turns out what I should have done was just started running through a lot quicker. We basically maxed out the difficulty of the universe we were in, and then I just duplicated the ships. So we had two ships. So at that point, we were just completely overpowered. Things I have learned. Probably the most important stuff. One, get down one of the learning centers immediately. Get your guys up to level 4 shooting so you can hold rifles. Then the next thing you're going to want to research is the power generators. The level 2 power generators are absolutely incredible. Actually, wait, no. Learning computers first. Then you want to get your hands on the item fabricator second. That way you can start producing things that will get you, allow you to buy stuff. Then get the X1 power generator. Because you need money to be able to buy yourself the Energium, otherwise you're going to run out of power. And then, as long as you got enough money, you can buy yourself enough Energium to tide yourself over. And water and all those other bits and bobs. And then once you get the X1 power generator, you're much more stable. Then from there on, do your thing. Food-wise, yeah, the single food menu thing was great. I even upped their root vegetables later on, because I had room for more spuds. But 1 meal per day, yeah, one schedule like this: five sleep slots, 3 downtime slots, and then the rest awake. Done. They'll get a little bit hungry near bedtime, but cutting them down to 1 meal a day just makes it far more efficient. Morale doesn't seem to count. For example, 90 mood, 83 mood, 92, 84. Like, I'm not really doing anything better than just giving them a decent dining area. Once you give them a decent dining area, that's pretty much all they need to feel fine. That's it. Splitting up your rooms as well helps, because if you make one large industrial area, what'll happen is, well, you'll end up with red blotches like this. If someone's working in here for long periods of time, it drives down their comfort and makes them unhappy. But I've never really had any big problems with unhappiness. Even when some of our people had accidents and died, due to no fault of my own, not looking at you, Strix 2, the people who were friends with them and took a big morale hit of 20, it dropped it down to about 60 mood, but it didn't actually affect them. I don't think we've had any mental breaks. The mental breaks we've had have been from Siren Worlds. Avoid nebulas, get yourself a jammer. Fighters are incredibly overpowered, and if you want the pirates to surrender so they'll give you stuff instead of having to board their ships, you're going to need a gun. Without a gun to shoot at them, they won't surrender. It seems fighters cannot make people surrender, only guns can. Who knew? When it comes down to the design of your ship, it's all basically balancing just a few core ingredients. One is every time you add on a hull chunk, that's more hull you have to move, and it's much heavier than building stuff inside it. So you want to minimize the amount of wasted space. Says the guy looking at this giant hole where an engine was supposed to go. But the less hull space you have wasted, the less drives you need to put on. Each engine costs 1 system point. As well as that, they need all of those engines, they need to be in range of a large power node, which costs 2 points. So even if you put down one engine and if you use a small power node, it's still going to cost you 2 points of, well, capacity. And 48 is the maximum amount of points you can have on a ship this size. You could keep it all in one size ship, but I think splitting it into 2 is fine. Namely because once I had 8 fighters, that was all I really needed. And once you built a second ship, we had 16 fighters. 16 fighters basically shred anything, and there's never enough concentrated point defense to actually stop you. Assuming you're willing to just throw all your fighters at things at a time and you do a little bit of micromanagement. Going with guns just seems far less efficient, because then you got to worry about people shooting at you and defending yourself. Because once you have a jammer on, you can't fire your guns. So you put on a jammer, you get some fighters, and unless they have more fighters or point defense than you can either run away or kill them. I can't see any other reason not to do jammers and fighters. But yes, minimize the amount of engines you have to minimize the amount of power nodes you're going to need. Try and keep everything inside that. And then for the rest of the whole space, minimal amount of food. Like this here, that can easily support 16 people. Will probably support about 20 before you start running into problems. And that's only with the single advanced nutrition growth of plus 10%. We never got the advanced nutrition because we never encountered enough alien hive cores. Note to self, if you were playing this game, it's a really good idea to actually just run through to the end. Get a decent sized ship, power through to the end, and then go on to get to the next level for more difficulty. Because we just did not have enough. Look at this. There's already 2 slaver ships looking to pounce on us, and we've just started out. Perfect. Now I'm going to mention a few things that just sort of annoy me, and I feel like they're very simple, easy things that could be fixed. For example, asteroids. Yes, starfighters are great for them, but only if they've got the large rally point set. The thing is, you only ever use the large rally point for asteroids. If you're fighting other ships, you tend to turn this off so you can target specific subsystems. And you also use it so that they can keep them in a tighter area instead of them wandering off on their own. So Why not just have, say, 3 settings for this dial? Or just make it so that fighters automatically go the longest range. Otherwise, what ends up happening is you occasionally end up forgetting and the fighters just stay too close to the ship. It just seems like an extra button there or an extra tab where you could scroll through 3 options would probably just make this simpler. Oh, when you're exploring wrecks, once the last enemy is dead, just have the ship auto-explore. I mean, I don't really see the point. If the last enemy is gone, there shouldn't be a need to just go around and explore the last of the dead space. It's just time wasted where you could be playing the game. As well as that, the little robots, the Roombas that sit in these things, yeah, those Roombas count as enemies on enemy ships. No, just have them explode or something, because you've got to hunt those down and kill them, which is a real pain in the butt sometimes because you don't know where they are, and maybe your crew are injured or something, and it's just you have to go and find those before you're allowed to claim the ship, and it just seems like a waste of time. When it comes to transferring resources, they've done some really great stuff here. For example, like if we hover over this particular thing, it shows us how much is on each ship, so we can go, oh, you're running a bit low on those, we will transfer those across, and the ships will automatically do all that stuff for you. However, I feel like there should be like a balance button where it's like auto balance between these 2 ships, because all I really care about is making sure they have energium, ice, and raw chemicals. So long as those 3 are split evenly, I don't really care. So there should be some sort of split button, maybe. And at the same time, why do I have to do it 1 at a time? Why can't I hold down Shift and move 5 at a time, or Control and move 10 at a time? That feels like that should be a thing. It's either all of them or 1 of them. I feel like there should be some increments there. I don't know, just small things. By and large, quite fun. Oh, and can you pin resources? Like, I don't care how much hyperfuel I've got. I know I've got more than enough. And Hyperium, yeah, I've got oodles and stuff. I don't care how much steel plate. Like, a bunch of the stuff up here, I don't care. And I know you can display different sets. Like, this is probably the closest to what I want. But it would be nice if I could just go, say, right-click that and pin that, and then right-click another one and pin them, and pin certain ones so that they always show up at the top. That would be, just nice little things like that. Combat is combat, but it just really seems like you're tanking shots. It's all about getting some body armor, getting a good weapon, and shooting stuff. That's it. Cover only seems to count in very rare occasions, and then it can be either really frustrating when you're shooting at someone who's behind, say, a console or something like that. Like, I feel like I should have started putting navigation consoles out here. It would have made our people far safer and harder to shoot at, but nah, it is what it is. Anyway, this has been Spacehaven. I hope you enjoyed it. Good luck.
We'll meet again. We'll